All right, what's up, guys? Welcome to Quarter Sports. If you're watching this, I appreciate the view. I'm not entirely sure on where the direction of this channel will end up going, but I just wanted to start it off. So I'm going to make a quick video about Super Bowl 55, which is, of course, upon us tomorrow night. I just wanted to give some bad opinion and analysis and prediction on the outcome of the game. So personally, I am rooting for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I don't think, in all honesty, that they'll end up winning. I think the Kansas City Chiefs are probably the better team overall. They have the better record, 16-2 to the Bucks 14-5. I think overall they just have better talent on their team, probably better coaching. I'm not a big Andy Reid fan. But I have to say, I think the coaching staff with the Chiefs is it's way above what Tampa Bay has going on. So I'm rooting for the Bucks for two reasons. One, I want to stop the Tom Brady hate. I feel like Tom Brady's one of the best quarterbacks, probably in NFL history. He'll go down arguably as the best ever. And quite honestly, he's got a lot of hate since he left the Patriots. When he was with the Patriots, I wasn't a big Tom Brady fan either. I actually kind of despised him. I didn't like him. But you can't deny the talent he has. And since he's been with the Buccaneers, I will admit he's gone downhill a little bit. His first few games didn't start off great, but it seemed like immediately the narrative turned into, oh, Tom was only good under Bill Belichick's system. And Tom's not actually that great of a quarterback. He just had good pieces around him and he was in a system that fit him. And while to some degree I would agree that that's true, I don't think Tom Brady is now inherently bad now that he's with the Buccaneers. I think he's still a great quarterback and will arguably go down as the best ever. So, and what's crazy to me is I still hear people saying this. I still hear people saying that Tom isn't good and he was only good when he was with the Patriots. And it's like, well, how can you say that when he brought the Buccaneers, a historically trash team, back to the Super Bowl in his first season with them? So I don't want to hear that anymore. I think it's bogus. I don't think it's grounded in any real reality or with any logic. I think that's mostly just people hating on Tom Brady. And like I said, I'm not a huge Tom Brady fan. I actually didn't like him at all when he was with the Patriots, but give the man his credit. He's not bad. He was not just good because he was under Bill Belichick. He wasn't just good because he had good pieces around him. Of course, that helped. But I mean, he goes to Tampa and throws a couple picks in his first few games, and all of a sudden, Tom Brady's trash. And I just don't want to hear it anymore. I think it's bogus. And I think if he wins, I don't think how anyone can really have a foot to stand on with that argument. Secondly, I'm just not a big Chiefs fan. I don't like Patrick Mahomes. I don't like Tyreek Hill. I sure do not like Andy Reid. I haven't liked Andy Reid since he was with the Eagles. He's obviously out of shape. That doesn't really have anything to do with anything, but I think it sets a bad example. So throw that in there. The Chiefs are reigning champs. Um, Personally, I always like to go with the underdog. I don't really like, especially in pro sports, it's bad enough when you have like Alabama in college football winning the college football championship every year. It's bad enough there's nothing you can do about that. But in pro sports, I mean, it's boring to see the same teams win over and over and over again. We have to put up with it in the NCAA. I don't want to see it in the NBA or the NFL. We do see it in the NBA a little bit. NFL is generally pretty good about different teams winning. The Patriots, of course, go all the time and win, but I think that era is over. I don't want a new era of Kansas City being the team that just wrecks everybody and wins the Super Bowl over and over. So I don't want to see them win really. So I'm going with the Bucks for that reason as well. Again, I don't think the Bucks will win. But if they do win, there's a couple things they're going to have to do to get the victory. Um, First and foremost, kind of goes back to what I said about the bad coaching on the Bucks. I'm not entirely sure whose fault this is, if it's Byron Leftwich's fault or Bruce Arians, but the offense on the Bucks is atrocious. There's no way to sugarcoat it. There's no way to get around it. It is absolutely awful. You may ask, well, what is so awful about it? It seems like every other play, if not every play, they line up and throw a Hail Mary pass, just a prayer downfield for no reason. It could be like 2nd and 5, 2nd and 6, and all our wideouts are streaking down the field, and nobody's cutting across the middle. Nobody's running a slant. It's just like Hail Mary passes. Hope Tom Brady throws up a prayer, and it's ridiculous. It's like, why are we running this on 2nd and 3? That might be an extreme example, but it happens. It has happened on short. Just run the ball and get the first down. Why are we going to the air with it and throwing a prayer? And again, I don't know if this is Bruce Arians' fault or Brian Leftwich or 50-50, but I don't know. The play calling is terrible, and I feel bad for Tom Brady. I feel like Tom knows a lot of these passes are terrible. He knows a lot of these play calls are terrible. But I mean, he's in the system and he has to do what they want to do and how they want to run the offense. And so, I mean, Tom just has to throw something up, and it's resulted in him. I think that's probably part of the reason he's thrown more picks this season than he usually does. Um, yeah, here against the Packers, exactly what I'm talking about. Just throwing up prayers, Hail Marys all the time, and 3 interceptions. It's like it's just like, why? Why are we going to the air so much and throwing these prayers on when we don't have to? And I don't know. I would just say that they should stick with, make the short, safe pass. Like Gronkowski, I think. Yeah, one reception for 29 yards. And if I remember correctly, that was in the fourth quarter, and I think he caught it like behind the line of scrimmage and then ran 29 yards with it. Why not dump it off to Gronk or something like that and get the safe, easy yards? And I mean, get him more involved in the game. He touched the ball one time. It's just ridiculous. I mean, I don't. Again, I feel bad for Tom Brady. I feel like he knows these plays are stupid. He's been in the game long enough. This isn't how he used to play. And now Bruce Arians and Byron Leftwich are just, screwing up the whole game. I don't understand it. I would get him out of here next season, honestly. But I mean, that's enough on that. So, keys for success for the Bucks: make the easy pass, give it to Gronk or something. You know, have somebody run a slant or something. I mean, run across field. Why is it always got to be a Hail Mary? Second key to success for the Bucks, I would probably say, give it to Leonard Fournette. Right? I mean, he's done a great amount of work for the Bucks. I mean, in the last game, 12 carries, 55 yards. You might say that's enough. Don't use Leonard any more than that. I would say, to the contrary, actually give it to him more. Obviously, he's getting the ball enough as it is, but I would much rather see Leonard Fournette run a couple more times a game rather than seeing it, chunked down the field for no reason and end up in an interception. Also, the Bucks, they're gonna have to stop Tyreek Hill. No way around it. You're gonna have to shut him down, as well as Travis Kelce. And you're gonna have to get back behind the line and try to sack Patrick Mahomes. I mean, if you just let him stand back there and throw to Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce all day, he's gonna have over 300 yards. It's gonna be a boring game to watch. So they're gonna have to do that. Uh, Keys for success for the Chiefs. I don't know. I mean, pretty much do exactly what they're doing. Expect the Hail Mary pass on defense. I mean, we saw Kevin King. Uh, he's a meme now. don't let them burn your don't let them burn your cornerbacks and turn you into a meme like Kevin King. I mean, play back, expect a Hail Mary pass because unfortunately with Byron and Bruce Arians, you're going to see that a lot more than you should. Um, Again, like I said, just make sure your offensive line is good to go. Protect Patrick Mahomes. Let him throw. If you do that, he'll probably easily connect with Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill and get probably 300 yards or something, if not more. Um, on defense, what the Chiefs have to do, and I don't think it'll be too hard for them to do this because of the crappy play calling with the Bucks, but you're gonna have to contain Chris Goodwin and you're gonna have to shut down Leonard Fournette. And Mike Evans, of course. I actually really like Mike Evans, but I don't think he's necessarily unstoppable. He is probably pretty difficult to guard. But yeah, if you can stop Mike Evans and you can stop Chris Goodwin, and then of course if you can keep Leonard Fournette from running all over you, I mean that's pretty much it. What else are they going to do? Hail Mary it down the field. And so yeah, you take away their pass game, you don't let Leonard Fournette take over. I mean, it should be fine. I would expect Tyrann Mathieu to have a couple interceptions actually, just because again how bad the play calling is for the Bucks. I know I keep hammering that point, but yeah, he'll probably he'll get at least one interception. I'm willing to bet, if not more. It would be crazy to see more than one, but I think he gets one at least probably. I know he's not a cornerback necessarily, but I mean it doesn't matter. As long as they play back and expect the Hail Mary pass, you're going to see some interceptions. Tom will not make it out of the Super Bowl without throwing at least one interception. I don't know who will get it. It might be multiple, but you're going to see interceptions from Tom, unfortunately. And then just my final rant. Andy Reid needs to get together. I don't like Andy Reid. And now his son, Britt Reid, was involved in like a car pileup last night. Apparently, he was under the influence of alcohol and Adderall, and he left a 5-year-old in critical condition. I think this is pretty disgraceful. Um, why is Britt Reid? Who is that? Why does he have a job? Probably because Andy's the coach, I would imagine, and Britt's his son. I mean, I've never heard of this man. I don't. Well, what does he do? Where was he before Kansas City? I have no idea. Um, but yeah, pretty disgraceful event that took place right before the Super Bowl. So maybe a key for the Chiefs is to keep their coaching staff sober and not behind the wheel of a car. But yeah, that's it. I'll probably upload after the Super Bowl, talking about whoever wins and why they won. If you like the video, drop a like, subscribe if you feel I've earned it. I'm going to be uploading frequently, probably talking about the NFL, NCAA, maybe a little bit of NBA, although I'm not huge on the NBA. If something notable happens, I might cover it. So yeah, well, thanks for watching. Leave a like and subscribe if you feel so inclined, or a comment, and I'll be seeing you. Appreciate it.